Yes, we are back. Back again in Train Sim World 3. Back again to do another route. And with the upcoming release soon of the Edinburgh to Glasgow, Glasgow to Edinburgh route, I thought this time we'd get ourselves up that way and do the Cathcart Circle Line. We'll do some routes in that going, you know, up and down and round. It's a circle in it, so round and round and round and round and round and maybe round. If you're watching this on YouTube, then hello. This is going out on the YouTubes on a Saturday because that's when it's going out. Other things on other days. There's sometimes some things on a Monday, sometimes there isn't. There's things on a Wednesday, which is Train Sim Classic, sometimes some things on a Friday. And when I've got things to look at that are new, they go out on a Sunday. That's it. What more do you want from me? There'll be links in the doobly-doo below to where you can purchase this route. And maybe this game, if I link that. I probably haven't done that. There'll be a link down there to the Twitch page where you can watch this thunder. Watch this madness live on the Twitchy. There'll also be a link down there to my Discord server that no one likes. But I'll link it down there anyway, because that's what I do. So yes, good morning, what time of day it is to Shorty. That's definitely thunder. So yeah, going to be doing the this one. Not that one. No. I can't. No, not yet. Soon. Next week. Soon. I can show you that. Cathcart Circle Line is the one that we're going to be doing. So we'll click on that. Should we do a scenario? Jump in a timetable. Let's do a timetable. We'll do a timetable first because that's what we're doing. The 314, which is the electrocuted thing, I think. We'll do the... We'll do the thing. We to go from the Glasgow to why? It's not very long, is it? Glasgow to Glasgow. That's the thing. Or we could do Glasgow to Neilston. I thought that was a singer from the 60s. Or we can go that one. Let's do that one because that's the one we're doing. Date is the date because it is, and then that's on some things. There we go. That's quite a good the picture as it goes. It's very picturey. Oh, hello. That's me. That's track IR. Unlock doors. Hang on. I haven't done a thing yet. How can I unlock the doors if I haven't done a... Bear with me. If we haven't, you know, put the key in the thing. Now can I do the door unlocking now? No. Okay. All right. No, we won't do that then. That's the brake. That's the horny. Reversary into the forwards. Now can we unlock the doors? There we go. No, we're fine. The doors are now they're doing the thing. People are no longer. That's a. There. Can you stop with the camera collisions? Thank you. People are no longer trapped. Stop with the camera collisions. No, I said stop. I said stop. Thank you. We've got that. Will you stop doing that? Okay, we've got some lights that are wrong. I've lost my... Oh, I haven't got the thing up, have I? There we go. Headlights, tail lights. No, we want the Marco lights. Headlights beam normal. Headlights beam... Revert... What? Well, no, that one. And then that's... Have we got a horn? That's quite quiet. Can we have a window? We can have a window. No, don't open the door because that would just be stupid. We can open that window? Oh, it's because we've got a door in the way here, haven't we? Why is there a plug socket there? And what's that? Ooh. Oh, that's noisy. Lock doors. Oh, it's me. Okay. I don't know where we're going. We're going to some places. We could look. We're going to the Pollock Shields, the Maxwell Park, Shorelands, Pollock Shields, Langside, Kings Park, Crowfoot, Burnside. Wasn't he in the bill? The Kirk Hills and then Newtons. Stop at the Pollock Shields. What have I got? Is it the thing with the brake? That's off. Can we do the? Oh, we're moving. There's movement. Throttle. Can I put the fan on? Is there a fan switch? Oh, there is. Oh, it only does the rotatey. We have a rotatey thing. What's the Is there? Oh, yeah, there is. There's a speed. We've got the speed thing to be contending with the speed thing. Hi, Liam. Right. So Pollock Shields is the next station stop. As we left the place where I've just forgotten, Glasgow. What I recommend is it's quite short. 30, 29, the minutes. There's not very many of them in the distances between the places and the other places. I was expecting, to do an hour, but it's not. Short as crispy. Not that short. It's very nice. It's very picturesque. Yeah, it's a very stop-start route. Next week's one is hopefully going to be better. The Glasgow to Edinburgh, because that should be about 55 minutes, I think, between the place and the place, which I might be streaming on Thursday because I'm allowed to. So maybe Thursday night we'll have an extra Train Sim World 3 doing the Glasgow to the Edinburghs, or Edinburgh to Glasgow, depending on how the mood taketh. Didn't realise where I was on. Am I? Someone have told me. I didn't know these things. Right, 1.2 of the miles to the... That fan's making me cold. I'm going to turn it off. Thank you. There we go. 1.1 of the miles now to the place. There's not many, other... trains. I was trying to think of what they were called. The trains is what they're called. There's not many others of them, as in, the trains. Although we have only just left the place of the stopping. Oh, we got a 30 coming up. The speed. We'll have Sandra Bullock getting on board soon. Hang on, we got a separate brake control. Bear with me. There we go. Why you can't just put it all in one thing? I don't know, but okay, we'll live with that. Pollock Shields West, platform 2 is coming up as the next station stop. It can't be very far, because we're doing, not much of the speeds, and it's only a 25-minute route. So the distances between the place where we're going to the place where we're going, and I know I said it twice, it can't be very much of the distances, can it? Because, it's not like the Fife Circle Line. This is Miss Cathcart Circle Line. But have no fear. Well, have some fear, obviously, because if you didn't have any fear, then you'd be fearless, and no one's fearless. Some people have got a fear of jelly. I know. They just have. Can't go anywhere near the jelly aisle at the supermarket because there's a whole aisle full of jelly. But I'm returning to City Bus Manager. I haven't had an inkling to play it. It's still installed, but I don't know. It's good, but just wasn't enough to to make me want to go back and carry on with it. And that's the sign of a thing that's quite signy. You've not touched it for a while. No, I'm not. No, not saying it. Yeah, I think that's a really good sign of a game. Is if you can't wait to put it back on again, it's got you. If you play it and then don't instantly have that, right, I've got to carry on, then it's not got you, has it? And I think, unfortunately, as really good as City Bus Manager is, I wouldn't lose any sleep if I didn't play it again. We are now arriving at the Pollock. Isn't that fish? And why does it need to be shielded?
Smoking is not permitted in any part of this station or on trains. This includes e-cigarettes.
Oh, I forgot we got the announcements thing. Oh, next week's train apparently has got announcements. That's a thing. You'll be seeing my first look on the YouTubes on Thursday morning. And then, yeah, planning on the moment of streaming it on Thursday night. Oh, that's quite horny. Honey, 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 honey. Locking doors. Doors are locking. The next stop is Maxwell Park in some distance. If we're gonna... Nope. Yep, we are moving. It's not very far to the next place. It's 800 of the Yuds, in fact. Maxwell Tea. Maxwell Tea. Obviously a northern thing. Don't you all... Isn't it the law that you have to drink Yorkshire tea up there? Which, by the way, I wasn't impressed with. It's just tea. PG, I just buy whatever's on offer. If it's Tetley, if it's PG Tips, if it's Typhoo, that's on offer. That'll do. They're just tea. Maxwell tapes. Oh, indeed. Re-record, not fade away. Re-record, not fade away. Re-record, not fade away. That was TDK, wasn't it? Or BASF. We are now stopping at this place, Maxwell Park. Oh, hey, that weren't bad with the whole stopping thing. Some say that was quite good. Well, I did. Others probably won't. For not many people on the platform, they're making a lot of noise about it, aren't they? You can just hear going, oh, because that's what it sounds like. If you're Scottish and watching this on YouTube, hello. Locking doors. No one's got this far on YouTube. Who am I kidding? Right, Shawlands is the next stoppy place. Are we going to move? We are going to move. Yeah, I'm in an odd but odd mood today. Not my normal oddness, but odd. Tired, actually, is what I am today. Which of the games are Stu playing tonight? Aha! Something I've tried before. I'm trying again tonight. Not doing TTD, so no multiplayer this evening. But something I've played before, but trying again. Right. That sign says 40. No, not that. X-Plane 12. No. Does look quite nice. The Stanley experiment. That got refunded straight after the stream the other night. That was just odd. It was good to start with, and then it just got, I don't know, just weird. Surgeon Sim. There's multiplayer.
If you see anything suspicious, please tell a member of staff or the police.
Dovetail Bassmaster fishing. Oh yeah, because that went so well when we tried to do that in multiplayer. They actually sent me a hoodie and everything as well. I've got it. A hoodie, a baseball cap and a mug to promote that. I never did any content on it. It was just bad. Sorry, Dovetail, if you're watching this, but it was. Locking doors. You just killed Bob again. Yeah, we will go back and do some Surgeon Sim. Actually, I've got Motor Town. I've got to try and do that at some point. Right, 520 of the yards, 510. Some yards, there is some distance now between us and Pollock Shields East. PC Building Sim 2, God no. That, again, was one of those, that was just, it was okay for half an hour, but then it was just very repetitive. And as much as I liked Electrician Simulator, I think that's the same sort of thing. It's really tough. Farm was good last night. It's really tough with those sort of games. Again, to have that draw to get you to go back. Hi, Russell. This is different, isn't it? Because you've got different routes, different trains, different times of day. It's different. Doing those things where you've got to, you know, repair a light switch, replace a fuse, you know, the car mechanic ones, which is why there's so many DLCs for that. It's the same thing, but just in a different vehicle. Are they really going to keep drawing you back again? So it's these niche, I'll say niche, wrong word. It's the sort of simulation games that keep you interested, the ones that you are going to be playing for years. This, Farm Sim, Flight, ETS2, etc. Because there isn't really a goal, although it'd be nice. Those things like Power Wash Sim, take that as an example, which we haven't finished. Once you've completed it, are you ever likely to go back and do it again? No. So that's why I really like just these sorts of things where it's simulating you being in something and doing something, as opposed to simulating you having a career in something. Right, Langside is coming up. Platform 2. Yeah, again, that's one of the reasons why I haven't really gone back to Cooking Sim. If I played it in single player, sorry, if I played it off stream and got myself to a point where I unlocked new menus, it'd be interesting on stream. But I think the fun in doing it, if I streamed it again, is now gone until they release another DLC, which hopefully is better than the Cakes one. So it's yeah, it's I don't know. I've really enjoyed I really enjoyed playing Portal. I'm actually gutted at that I finished so quickly, although it wasn't, but that's why I thought that Stanley Parable would be something like that, but just wasn't. Unlocking the doors to your right. Doors to your right are now unlocking. But yeah, really liking this. Looking forward to Edinburgh to Glasgow. So I will record some content that will go out on YouTube on Thursday. So I'll record that tomorrow morning. And then I'll stream it Thursday night. Don't normally do Train Sim World 3 during the week, but I'll stream it Thursday night. So we'll do a full line run, etc. and see what it's like, and then do some more on the Saturday. Right, stop at Kings Park is the next stop. So yeah, it's not a bad route this, it's very well modelled. So we're doing a run from Glasgow to, where are we going? To a place. You know the place? Newton. And I haven't done any of the scenarios in this, so maybe we'll have a look at a scenario. It's a bit like a Cheerio, but with a sen at the front. Uno Milo to go. Oh, hang on, I'm speeding. There's some speedings happening. I could derail now because I'm going too much of the speeding. Was it because of these points? Probably was. Or was it because of going through this station? It might be that. We'll just, you know, we just slow it down a little tiny bit. It's fine, we didn't derail, no one got killed. Well, maybe not. A small tortoise might have wandered onto the track and I might have run it over. I think I'd have felt that though. So we've now turned off the thing. A bit like turning off a tap, but more Trekkie. Not Trekkie, Trekkie. Not as in tracksuit, because, you know, we're not from Liverpool. We have a light that's green, which means we can go. If that was red, then we would have had to have stopped. I know, see? I understand these things. Swindon is very pissing me the track. No. Although I am currently wearing tracky bottoms and a t-shirt, but that's just not the point. I wouldn't go out in them. We are now doing the stopping thing at the King's Park. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh no, we are. There's going to be some stopping. Oh god, yeah, I wouldn't wear those around here. Jesus. Okay. You get lynched. You know, I know there's no standards up north, but you know, proper like jeans or something. As long as they aren't red and don't clash with their hair. I actually thought, and it's happening more and more every time I go to the barbers, when I looked at the hair falling on me from what was being cut off my head, I thought that he was, I thought that Gandalf was above me, having his haircut. So why is all this grey coming from? Why is... right, Croft Foot. Are we gonna go? Oh, we are going. No, some going is happening. Yeah, it's not a bad little line. This is one of those. A bit like the one... what's the other one that's short? The Eastbourne one? That you can just jump on, do a half-an-hour route and be done. I do wish that it was a longer route, but I suppose it's a recreation of the actual route that isn't very long. So I sort of get that. And it is very nicely done. And I don't mind the train as well for being an electrocuted one. It's you lot that are sending me grey. We're doing the braking. More braking. Less braking. Even less braking. Bit more braking. Bit more. That seems braking enough. That's there we go. There we are. See, we braked. We did the braking thing. So yeah, tonight something that I have done before. I can't remember the last time I did it. A few years ago, a couple of years ago. But it kept failing on me. So trying again. Tomorrow lunchtime, some farming, and then back on Tuesday with normal train sim, where we'll be carrying on from Newcastle way, trying to get to Edinburgh. Wednesday night is going to be some OMSI. Thursday night, then I'll take my first look at the Glasgow to Edinburgh, Edinburgh to Glasgow route.
If you see anything suspicious, please tell a member of staff or the police.
Okay, for this, and then Friday night balls. Saturday lunchtime more of this, and then next Saturday night some Forza Horizon 5, hopefully. So Wednesday's going to be flight. It was, but now it isn't. It's going to be the OMSI now. Keep up. You got to, you know, things change. 3 weeks today. No streams at all. A whole day, potentially 2 days without doing the streamy thing. Well, maybe 2 days. I might do an early morning stream on the Friday. Or potentially it could be a late night stream on the Saturday, but we'll see. Right, Burnside. He was the guy out of the bill, wasn't he? Coming up in 700 of the Yuds. You're in Doncaster. Well, that's really bad planning. I'm trying to sort something. Do you have a show on? Like, was it a show as well? No, he was in the bill, wasn't he? Yeah, I'm trying to do something now. I'm not going to the States. I'm going to do something over Easter. And I don't know what. I know the Insomnia Gaming Festival's on. But last time I went there, it was okay. But it was just like a couple of hours. And we were done. So I want to try and find something to do over the Easter weekend. So I'm sure we can organise something. Right, locking doors. Well, people are still getting on. That's fun. And the next stop is the Kirkhill. And off we go. So yeah, we'll do this 4-line run-ish thing. You know, this thing. Then we'll look at the scenarios. I haven't done any of the scenarios on this route. And see what they are. Well, there's the, you know, the trains that aren't the passenger ones. Some would say freight trains that are in this as well. So I'll do a little bit of a freighty, shunty thing. Which means me getting out and running up and down the track a lot. Oh, look at the speed. 50 miles an hour. Well, 40 miles an hour coming up, but 50 miles an hour. That means in an hour, if we stayed at that speed, we would go 50 miles. I know. It's genius, isn't it? More understandable than the whole kilometers thing. Right, we are now approaching, well, around this corner, Kirk Hill. Oh yeah, gotta be late. Can't be on time. I don't care about being late. If passengers want to use a different train service, they can. What other choice they got? Go on the train and be late, or don't go on the train. Simple. Get a car. You gonna stop now? What's you gonna actually do to stop? Yeah, yes you are. Okay, we'll open the doors then. Stop doing the... Oh, hello, that was a noise.
Security personnel tour this station 24 hours a day.
That's a hell of a job, isn't it? What's your job? I'm security personnel at Kirk Hill train station. I've got the midnight to 8 AM shift. I bet that's exciting. I bet you really look forward to going to work, don't you? It's like these security guards you see outside buildings that just sit in their van all night. It's like, that must just be it. That's got to be boring. We've got one here in town. There's a footpath that goes under the railway line that goes from the town centre to the designer outlet village, what was the old railway works. And halfway along that footpath, or the tunnel, there's like a garden shed with a security guard in it. And his job is just to sit there and watch people go up and down the footpath. That's just got to be, you really must just leap out of bed in the morning and go, yay, I've got a day sat in a shed. That's, okay, that got dark. It got dark. So the darkness... Okay, it's now become not darkness again. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Right, Newton is that the last place? It is, isn't it? That's the last of the stopping places. Is the Newton? It's the end of the line. As the travelling Wilburys once sang. And we've got a light that's yellow. Call me mellow yellow. Oh, that one got a bit rickety. Handily, we've got a red in 400 yards. We're going to stop in less than that, which means the chance of us actually crossing the red, although normally quite high, this time hopefully quite low. Because I never run reds. That's why it didn't really take us 3 attempts to get to Newcastle on Tuesday night last week. Aha, we didn't run the red. No, 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 no. You're still amazed I got to Newcastle. So am I. It take what, 2.5 hours and 3 attempts to get from York to Newcastle. 3 times I did that approach. Well, stupid flipping red lights. But you should just not put them. You gave up after the second time. I pretty much gave up after the first time. Feels like the first time forever. Lock doors. Oh, it's me. Objective completed. 10 miles. That's all the distance is. 10 of the miles between the place where we went to and the place. Train Sim World 3, Birmingham Standard Edition. Okay. Back to that. So yeah, next week, for those that weren't here at the beginning, that Edinburgh to Glasgow. When I'm able to show it to you on Thursday. That will be next. But for now, we're on the Cathcart Circle Line. We will look at the scenarios then. Extra time. Run this matchday service to accommodate for the fans travelling to the stadium. That's in the same train. Is there anything that isn't in that train? No, they're all in the same train. Doing the same route. Why is it giving me? Hang on, I'm gonna. If I do the timetable thing, why is it giving me the shuntery thing then? I've done that. Okay, no one told me that. Drive this rail tour. Hang on, can I actually do it in the shunter? 14:30. Glasgow to Neilston. Oh, this has got to be... the Class 20 is not a shunter. Oh, it's not, is it? It looks like a shunter. Fine. All right. It looked like a shunter. It looks shuntery. Should we try it that? Oh, I've upset the train boy. Let's try that. It looked like a shunter. Right. That was the thing. Has this thing got a has it? I don't know. Reverser in the means we've got a there's a key somewhere then, isn't there? I got the key. I got the secret. Is there next to the reverser? Well, there's the reverser. Throttle. I can't see it. It's not there. There be nothing. It's definitely locked. Reverser, that's it. Throttle reverser. There is nowhere, there is no thing that looks like a place where I shove a thing. Is it on this? It's not on the other one, is it? There. Stupid, bloody stupid thing. Okay. Right, reverser into... What are we actually... I'll say that wasn't the one we were in, it's this one. Does sound quite nice. Right, where are we going? Should we open a window? Had a curry last night. Okay. We'll open that one as well. Okay. We're moving. It's a bloody ugly thing, isn't it? It is. It is. Not that, you know, we're here for the looks or anything, but wow. Oh, I've got to try and stop it now. Yeah, that was stopped. There was some stopping. That was a noise. We can turn the cab heater on or off. I'm guessing all the lighty switchy things are over there. Or are they somewhere else? We don't need lights. Where we're going, we don't need lights. Oh, there. I remember this before. Oh, sent to Dujar thingy. Tail light off. Top marker on. Oh, there we go. We got little lights on now. Oh, that's not the view forward. I was thinking, why can't I see the track? I'm looking that way. Right, locking doors. 12 miles? Okay. You leave my flaps out of this. Forwards. Right, 12 miles to Newton. That's definitely a noise. That was definitely a noise. They do sound like a helicopter. It does sound like a helicopter. Yeah, it's not quick, but you know, it's not about speed. Right, we got a red. Don't know why we've got a loco at the other end that's just ticking over. I'm guessing to save us turning around, so it'll just haul us back again. Oh, supply power or air. Right, we got to think about doing the brakey thing down here. It's definitely making a noise. Is it gonna stop? Oh, it's fine. Right, 200 yards, we got a red. I'm guessing we're waiting for something to come the other way. Oh, now we got a green. I don't know what we were waiting for then, but forward mementos. Right, 9.5 miles. So we've got a full line run into 415. We'll do this run down in this. We'll see what else we can put on the line. We haven't done the 166 for a little while. Maybe we'll do a line run back in the 166. It just does look like a shunter. It's just a big shunter. Over to river. That's a wide. That's quite rivery. That's definitely. It does. It looks like a big shunter. It does, look! Stupid looking train. Loco, engine, thing. Stupid looking thing. Right, 1.8 miles, we got another red. You can tell it's not a shunter by the way that isn't. But it looks like one, look! That's the shunter in the same way you are, Ginger. I am not Ginger. But I don't look like I'm Ginger. This looks like a shunter. That's the difference. What a difference a day makes. Right, slightly speeding. Not by a lot, but, you know, slightly. This reminds me of the noise you get on a HST when you used to stand in the middle of the carriages. That creaking noise. Always quite liked standing there because, you know, obviously you couldn't get a seat. Oh, thankfully we've got a green now. We're going to slow down things slightly. It's fine, don't need to do the braking. We had a green. I get that, and again, I've not done this. I've yet to actually, apart from the one in Paynton, I will finish the sentence, where I went on the steam train down to the Windmere? No, the Kingswear, Dartmouth. That's the one. I've never actually been on a train trip on a heritage line, so I do get the appeal of going in old carriages pulled by an old engine, whether it be steam or whether it be diesel. I actually quite get that, and it is great that they are still running. Right, a mile to another red. Hopefully that clears to a green. Then we'll make a return trip in the 166. We've got a yellow, so a bit like we were the other day, there's something in front of us, probably a train, that's holding us up. Oh, you can't beat a bit of rust. Thing is, like a lot of things, I suppose, with engineering back in the 50s and 60s, they never imagined that these things would be in service that long. You know, take the HST, take the Pacer. They weren't built to be in service that long. They were built, or certainly the HST was built as a stopgap. So perhaps they weren't built to the same degree as something that is designed for longevity of life. So they are going to get affected. You know, to take any BL car from the 70s or 80s, and you know, you can just sit and watch it rust. We got 5.5 miles to Newton. So 20-mile-an-hour limit. So we'll do some braking for that. Maybe. Slightly do some braking for that. Okay, might be slightly speeding through to 20, but oh, I don't know. Don't stop. Don't stop. Oh, that's a tricky one to combat, isn't it? It's getting the power on before the brakes actually do something. Not the right way of doing it, but it does sound good. But so does that. You know, that just ticking over at the back there, I could just sit. I could just listen to that on tick over. Some people have, you know, white noise of, if they can't sleep, of like waves crashing against the beach. You know, or rain on windows and stuff. Just give me the sound of a Blue Era diesel on tick over. That'll do it. Or something like a Mark III Transit diesel that had that distinctive noise. Just that on tick over. Right, we've got 4.6 miles to Newton. A 50 coming up. Oh, much smoke, very good. See, Russell, if this isn't enough reason to get your PC set up, I don't know what is. Get yourself Train Sim World 3. Right, 4 miles to go. I said we'll do the give it a few more months. We'll do the return run in we could do a HST, a very long run, but we could in the 166. See, it's not about the speed, is it, for this? It's just that noise. It's all about getting somewhere and not getting there very fast. So flat out, slight uphill incline. Is that flat out? Yeah. 38 miles an hour. So they're pulling the coaches, but also having to pull the bloody class 47 behind us. Drop the amps back down a bit. We're running in the red. It's probably not great for the engine, but you know. There we go. Doesn't sound as good, but you know, longevity and all that. It's a bit odd. I don't know why they've got this thing so you can drive it going the other way there, but engineering wise, having this dual setup thing must be bloody complicated. I'll put the cab heater on, getting a bit cold. Or we can make a lights dim or not so dim. That's quite cool. That's wipers, I'm presuming, yeah. Oh, and it is raining. Okay, we'll put the wiper on then. Adjust the seat height too. Whoa, hang on. I can adjust, I can face the opposite way. Okay, that's probably not ideal. Yeah, don't go why did you crash? Well, I turned my seat around and I was facing the other way. That'd be why I couldn't actually see out of the window. I suppose it means yeah, so that seat could go that way. So this person could see that way and I could then turn that way and see out that window. I know, it's brilliant engineering. What happened was... Right, we have a mile and four bits of a mile to go until we've got to do the stoppy thing down here. That's what they're called. They're called miles and bits of miles. You get 10 bits to a mile. It's gone dark. It's gone dark. We're okay. We have now entered into the light. Yeah, it's quite nice. I approve. Slowing. Slowing, doing the slowing thing. As we are approaching Newton. Snow on the ground. We have got snow on the ground. Right, Newton is the end of the line. Well, the end of the scenario. Where maybe we'll stop very early, but we'll okay. No, it's fine. We'll stop back here then. There we go.
Please keep personal belongings.
Actually, it all fitted on the. There you go. That's perfect. It all fitted on the thing, platform thing. Why are the passengers? Why are they all getting off and just going? Excuse me. What do I do now? They're literally going nowhere. It's like we're just going to stand here in a pile. We've got the throttle applied. Looking left. It's 13 miles. It's getting longer. Okay. So that was that in the, whatever it was, class 20. If we do the... Nope. Scenario planner, that's what I wanted. Or 30 scenarios in the Edinburgh to Glasgow. Looking forward to doing some of those. Cathcart Circle Line. We've done the 166. We'll do that again then, rather than setting the other one up. Let's do the same thing again. There we go. That was easy, wasn't it? Okay. Forward. Unlock doors. I do like the 166. Headlights. Day. There you go. Open the no. Should we open the no? Okay. Right, so heading back to Glasgow in the 166. When the passengers get on. Right, 1.4 miles to Kirkhill. Oh, that was properly smoky. Yeah, GWR train going to Glasgow Central. Good thing on 166 is it's so slow at accelerating, you can just sit back and wait. I really hope they put the pacer in this. They've got to, surely. At some point, we've got to get a pacer. It's got to happen. Because that would just be brilliant. Because, you know, pacer. Right, so make our way back to Glasgow. I wonder what inappropriate train... What else have I got that would run on this? What have I got that's got an overhead? What about one of the German trains or something that's got an overhead that we can run back again? What haven't we? What about the American? The bullet train. Well, problem is it's the length of the train, isn't it? You've got to be... It won't let you put it on if it's longer than... or available longer than the platform. I guess it's one of the reasons I like Train Sim World 3 is that you can do this. You can just set up a route for any train that you've got. And the 166 actually fits. Passengers thinking this isn't a normal train. But would you really care as a passenger? You know, if a train pulls in and it's going to, you know, where you're going, I don't really care what sort of train it is. If there's a seat that I can sit down on and it's taking me to where I want to go, I don't really care. Oh yeah, the train geeks would be like, oh no, this isn't the regular train that should be on this service. But this actually does work. It's like, this isn't out of place. We'll see what else we can use and do the return journey in. Locking doors. So yeah, tonight change of game. Something single player that I tried a couple of years ago. I'm going to try again tonight. Last time I tried it, It was slightly broken. So going to try that tonight, and then tomorrow lunchtime back with some farming. Did you say something bad? Don't think so. It might have been that Twitch stopped something you posted. It wasn't something that I could see. Yeah, and then Tuesday back with some Train Sim Classic, carrying on from Newcastle. Wednesday night is going to be some OMSI. Thursday night will be my first look, well, my first time I can show you Edinburgh to Glasgow in Train Sim World 3. Friday night, then we've got some golfing with idiots. Saturday lunchtime, more Train Sim World 3. And then next Saturday night is Forza. Any clues for later? Something I did a couple of years ago. I don't know if it made it to YouTube or not. Siblings is all I'll say. Right, a mile to go to Burnside. The Sims 4, no. I did try that, didn't I, on YouTube a couple of years ago, doing a series in that, thinking it'd be quite interesting. Nobody watched it. Alright, Burnside approaching. Well, it's not approaching, we're approaching it. It's not like we can just sit here in the world and wait for the world to come around to us. Braking. Slightly more braking. Yeah, but that would only, oh god, that would only work if you wanted to travel in a direction, opposite direction to the way the world was spinning. And obviously there are people out there that think the world's flat. So how would that work? People stood away from the door waiting to get on. Wait, what? What, the people that think the world's flat? Or you're trying to now say that, what do you mean it's not flat? The world isn't flat, is it? I've got a ticket. You learn something new every day. I always thought you were Ginger. You've met me twice, Russell. I'm Ginger in the same way that you're thin. Right, Croftfoot. I'm saying not Ginger anymore. Yeah, this train actually suits this. You may not have been paying attention. Understandable. The first one, Nico was there. The second one, well, Nico was there. So, yeah, I get that. It was the clown trousers. That's what did it, wouldn't it? Right, we have now arrived at Croftfoot. Sounds a weird name for a place, but okay, we'll go with it. Any man looks good in clown trousers. Well, he'd have to be a man then. You know, he's like a dwarf person. Got people running away from the train. Lots of ginger people here. Well, it's Scotland, I suppose. You're not as short as other people. We will see. 3 weeks. 3 weeks today. There will be a lineup of Nico, Trent, Crispy, and Ethan. We will see who the shortest one is. I reckon.
Ticket checks are in operation at this station. Please have your tickets available for inspection.
I reckon it's going to be Ethan. Personally. I'll stop at Kings Park. Well, 3 of those people are going to be at Southsea, Russell, so you'll be able to see then, wouldn't you? There'll be Nico, Ethan. That's it. No Trent, no Crispy. Although I still want to do the whole travelling on 7 different types of transport. When did you agree to that? You're coming. That's it. I still want to do the 7 different types of transport thing around London in one long route. Well, let's just say I want to keep that slightly under the radar, though. If you know what I mean. Right, Kings Park is next. I think that could actually be quite an interesting thing to do. I really need to try and sit down with the route map of London and see if it is possible to link up all 7 different types of public transport without having a gap between them. Well, no, I want to do it in one route. So I want to go on underground, overground, Wombling free. The Wombles of Wimbledon Common, are we? Sorry. Underground, overground, bus, DLR, cable car, boat, and tram. Yeah, that's it. That's the 7. And I want to find a way of doing a route around all of them, so finding points where they would they intersect each other and seeing if it's possible to get off at a place and get on the next form of transport, go to that place, get off that, get on the next form of transport. Yeah, tram's the toughest one, so that you'll have to either get a bus to or overground from. So that's an easy one, isn't it, really? Getting a bus to Croydon, and then where the tram ends up, get back from. But yeah, I think that could be an interesting day out. One for the summer when the weather's a bit nicer. Right, Langside in 1.1 of the miles. So heading to Glasgow in the 166. So Langside, Pollock Shores, Shorelands, Maxwell Park, Pollock Shields and Glasgow. Yeah, I'm on the Lizzie line. I've still got to look at alternatives for 3 weeks' time for London, to get Ed to Charing Cross without Covent Garden, without too much walking. So I've been looking at car parking near Covent Garden, so I need to look at alternatives to that. I might do that this afternoon. I've suggested that, and I have one in my shed, that I don't have an issue at all with pushing Ed around London. Not a problem with that whatsoever. Ed, understandably, doesn't want to be pushed around in a wheelchair, and I get that. So we're just trying to find something with the least amount of walking. There are car parks. I'm sure we can find a way. At the moment, the plan is we're going to Rickmansworth, parking there, because after London, I'm heading up the M40 to the Cotswolds. Nico's heading straight back up towards the Midlands. So that's a reason why we're doing Rickmansworth. So it's easy to get to the M25 and up the M1. It's easy to get to the M40, and it's just a case of getting out of the car onto the tube, changing at St Pancras, tube to Covent Garden, then it's lifts at Covent Garden, I think, take it at street level, and then walk to the Transport Museum, which isn't that far from the tube station. You might want to tell Ed, Shorty, if you're still happy to drop him back on the way home. He may just stay with us in London and just plonk himself in a cafe somewhere and then be able to come back with you. That may sway his decision. I'm not coming straight back here after London. I'm going to Evesham and then coming back here. So I'm going up the M40. But yeah, 3 weeks today we'll be there. We'll be actually on our way to the Science Museum now. Your Wetherspoons breakfast was lovely. Did look nice. I had a sausage sandwich just before the stream. Right, next stop is Pollock Shores East. Oh yeah, because they know people are going to go, oh yeah, I'll have some more of that, and I'll have some more of that. Probably still not expensive, is it? But it's not a bad way to start a Saturday. Right, Pollock Shores East is our next stop as we are heading back towards Glasgow Central. And then we'll find another inappropriate... Well, this is quite appropriate, actually. This sort of fits on this route, doesn't it? We'll see what else we can use to come out of Glasgow and head somewhere. Either something American... we've got the Long Island Railroad thing, haven't we? We could use that. Technically it's third rail, but you know. At least the passengers can get on or off this. Which, you know, some would say is handy. Otherwise, passengers would either not be able to get on at all, and you'd be able a really quiet train, or would get on and can't get off. Locking doors. Okay, Shorelands is next. Imagine living that close to a railway line. So I always have memories of going to my my nan's place in London when I was a wee boy. And at the back of where they lived was the train tracks, and it sort of fascinated me that it just how would you survive with these trains running up and down, but eventually you just don't hear them. Edwin 345, thanks very much for the follow. Oh no, wrong one. Okay, I was pressing the brake thing, not the brake thing. All of the brakes, just all of them, all of the brakes. Oh, that was fine. That was perfect. Some would say maybe. Nice GWR 166 up here in the outskirts of Glasgow. What if that happens? If, you know, train company sells trains and someone else buys them, whether they have, there's a period of time where they'll run with the old livery on, or do they re-livery them, there's a word, before they actually go into service? I know you get it with buses, didn't you? I mean, I've seen London buses parked outside our bus garage here. Right, Maxwell Park is next. quite interesting to look at. I wonder where you go. There must be websites where you can go to look at for sale rolling stock. I know in America you can buy like ex-school buses and stuff like that. I just wonder if there's anywhere here where you can do stuff like that, where companies go to sell off their ex-fleet. I know, again, in the States it's big business, you know, ex-police cars and ambulances and things, because converting a school bus to a motorhome is a big thing in America. Oh, it's a bit like planes then. The airline don't exactly purchase the planes themselves. They're owned by the bank, technically. Or corporation. So does a, again, not being a train nerd, would a train company then historically keep everything until the end of its life and then it just gets scrapped? So, you know, this 166 running on the GWR line, it spent its whole life on that line going between probably Swindon and Cheltenham or something, or wherever it's running, and then it gets the end of its life, gets replaced, gets scrapped. Always a shame. I know planes change hands, same with ships. They change hands, and ferries and stuff like that get sold. Right, Pollock Shields West is next. No, he had hands. You've got hands. I would like to find, when I do eventually get to sorting this room out, I would like a train seat or a double set of bus seats or something just in the corner of this room. I think that's a thing I'll have to get on the Evil Bays. Right, Pollock Shields West is the next stop. Braking. Lots of braking. Braking is happening. Yeah, I just thought it'd be a cool little thing because I do, you know, obviously coach sims, bus sims, stuff like that. I do. I think it'd be quite a cool thing to have in the corner of this room, just a double set of bus seats. I often thought that it'd almost make quite an interesting like dining table and chairs if you got like a group of four like train seats with a table to fit into a reasonably small gap. I think that would be quite interesting to have as a dining table and chairs. Could just be me. Just mount it to a wall. Right, Glasgow Central next. So now you get people who will use a car seat for their gaming chairs or an office chair or whatever, because they find them quite comfortable. Right, Glasgow Central next. Then we'll do one more run going back the other way in another inappropriate train. Oh no, not brake, that one. There we go. Keep pressing the button as though I've got it mapped, so it's not a single hand controller-y thing. Alright, slowing down to 25. So yeah, tonight back, I have put 6:30 I think as a start time, but probably going to be 6 PM. With a game that I did a couple of years ago that had issues with. So going to be doing that again tonight in single player, and then back on the farm tomorrow lunchtime, carrying on. Got a field to finish that we started yesterday on the farm, and then back on Tuesday with some more train sim, finally leaving Newcastle hopefully and heading north towards Edinburgh. Wednesday will be some OMSI. Next Thursday will be my first showing of the Edinburgh to Glasgow route in Train Sim World 3. Next Friday night we got some golfing with idiots. Saturday lunchtime be more Train Sim World 3. Next Saturday night hopefully some Forza Horizon 5 in multiplayer. And then next Sunday more farming. So loads of stuff to come over the next week. Right, making our way into Glasgow Central. The only thing we're using this, like I've put this train onto this route. You don't get any other trains. It's just me on the whole route. So yeah, we'll do one more 4-line run from Glasgow. I was going to use like the old tube stock, but we've done that quite a bit, haven't we? So I'll see what else we've got that sort of commuter-y that we can use. Okay, I didn't expect to go across there, but all right. The Island Line is Scotland. Well, again, that's sort of electric-y, isn't it? That's old tube stock, pretty much. Have a look. I'll see what we've got. I've used some of the German stuff before. I'm not a fan of them. Yeah, that's what CN just said, the Isle of Wight train. Right, we are now arriving in Glasgow. Unlock doors. Yeah, it needs something that sort of works but doesn't. So something that's like a commuter train, but the wrong commuter train. I'll have a look in a second. Well, there is next week's train, but I can't show you that yet. That'll probably work. Right, looking left.
We have your attention, please.
Okay, let's have a look then. Main menu. So yeah, next week, Edinburgh to Glasgow is going to be the order of the day. Actually, Thursday night I'm going to stream that, so I can show you it from Thursday. So Thursday night we'll be doing some stuff on the Edinburgh to Glasgow. But for now, Cathcart Circle. I want to do that, don't I? No, that. Scenario planner. So Cathcart Circle, create new. 1, 2, 3, that'll do. So add new service. We'll start at, we want to start at one of the ends, don't we? Well, we start at Glasgow. Okay. And then we'll go to, not Pollock Shields, Shorelands, no. Cathcart, no, that's not very far, is it? Okay, so we can't go all the, oh god, we can't go all the way from platform 10 then. Platform 4, so we just came in on, wasn't it? So confirm that. Glasgow, Newton via Pollock Shields East. We'll go back round to Newton then. Select destination. We will go Newton platform 1, which is down there, and we'll stop at all of them. There we go. Yeah, confirm. Right, train. Yeah, the 150 is a bit easy though, isn't it? We got the German stuff. 323. Is that from the Scotland one? Can't remember having a 323 before. Yeah, a couple people said the 484. Arsenal, Birmingham, Cross City. Oh, that's one that sounds weird, doesn't it? Yeah, we've got the German commuters. We've got the 150. We've just done the 166. We've done the 314. And that's all locos down here. I was thinking these things, the American.
Oh, yeah.
Dutch Gamer. I reckon the 323. Thanks so much for the follow, Dutch Gamer. We could do the 323 then. We can call it 323. Save. Okay. Let's try that then. Right. Window. Window. Key in. Reverse into forward. The pink US logo. I would have done that. Right, so 323 going to Newton. Tail lights off, headlights, day head. Okay, no, we're all good, I think. West Midlands Railway. Yeah, a little bit away. Well, GWR trains will be away from home, won't it? Right, we're single-handed. Okay. Right, Pollock Shields East. It's quite quiet though, isn't it? The 323. So I've turned the game volume up a little bit. So yeah, we do a rundown down to Newton in this. Should be the last run that we'll do. Sort of fits, doesn't it? It's got overhead, so it, you know, it could run this. I'm just not a fan of electrics. I know this is very well done. Am I certain of my stopping position? No, I'm not certain of anything. I'm sure someone said some 323s are heading up to Scotland.
Oh, yeah.
George of Dargavel. Thanks very much for the follow. That's a name. Thank you indeed. Welcome to Insanity. So yeah, as I said, tonight back with something I haven't played for a couple of years, and last time I did, it didn't go well. So that'll be about 6 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow lunchtime, back on our MP farm in Farm Sim 22, and then more trains next week. With Train Sim Classic on Wednesday, no, Tuesday, Train Sim World 3, Edinburgh to Glasgow on Thursday, and then more Train Sim World 3 next Saturday. So 3 lots of trains next week. You can see your old flat in this at Mount Florida. You should have stayed there, you could have waved. Oh, the Turbo Star would be good. Yeah, OMSI on Wednesday. Where I'm going to be in the coach bus thing. Lincolnshire. No, that's left path. So I can't use it in that. So it'd have to be something like the other one. You know, the one. Something that's right path, left hand drive. Is Adstow based on Padstow? Never heard of Adstow. And none of the OMSI weirdos are watching. So I don't know. Right, we're only 300 yards from our first stop. And then we come to Pollock Shields East. It certainly makes interesting noises. People just stood there now going, I don't know what to do. It's not my normal train. Do I get on it? Do I not get on? What's going on? They're like, no, this scares me. I'm not getting on. It says West Midlands Railways. Why would I get on here? Oh, is this person getting on there? Striding up to it? Nope. They're just going to stand there. Like, no, I don't trust where this train's going. So instead, they're just going to stand. Hey, I spent a lot of time in Birmingham in my formative years. You're absolutely true. Scary place. Right, Queen's Park is next. Right, 600 yards to Queen's Park. Yeah, it's not a bad little route, this. If you're looking for something to add to your Train Sim World 3 route collections, you know, for that, it sort of fills that gap if you've only got like half an hour to do a quick route. This certainly fills it.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap. See, I could do that. I could do voiceover work. Just give me a job doing voiceover work. I could do that. Do you leak after you wee? Buy panty liners. See, I could do it. That could be my new career. I'm just trying things out, you know. And locking doors. Well, apparently there's going to be something each month, isn't there, this year? Right, Cross Hill next. Which is good, because it keeps the interest going. I just hope that they're good. The only problem releasing a lot of content for stuff is that inevitably you end up with not very good content. What I want, and what I'd still think that they've missed a trick on, is extending routes they've got. You know, come on, extend the Great Western Express. Give us Reading. Give us Reading to Bristol. That's what we want. More HST. Keep the same stock. Keep the HST, keep the 166. Just give us Reading to Bristol. That's it. I'd quite happily trundle up and down from Reading to Bristol. You know, have it set in the 80s or whatever. Just, I don't know. And then give us the option. Are you on PC? Yes. Do you own both of these? Yes. Would you like a scenario that incorporates the whole thing from Paddington to Bristol? Yes. It's got to be possible. You can't tell me it can't be done. Just, yes. Do you want to combine these routes? Yeah, okay. Thanks very much. Click. Tick a little tick box. Tick. Combine the whole thing. Thank you. And then do Bristol to Cardiff. Oh, would you like to run that? Yeah. Dink. Oh, Cardiff to Swansea? Yes, please. Oh, look, you got the rest of it. Would you like to do a whole route now from Paddington to Swansea? Yes, please. In a HST? I thank you. I do want to run the HST from Swindon to Exeter. But not just that, is it? It's... I get the whole not doing something in one long route. But then do the next bit. Do the bit and then do the bit after that. Even if you kept the same rolling stock, just give us the next bit. Yeah, you know, rather than faff about, you know, like we've got the Cornwall one that goes to St Austell. Strange place to stop, but okay. Give us the next bit. Give us St Austell to Plymouth, and then give us Plymouth to Exeter, and let us have the ability to link them. Because you've got the route on your computer. How hard is it to be able to go, oh, I know, here's that common bit where they both have got the same bit. Well, let's just do that then. Or they just have the whole line, and if you haven't got the DLC, you don't drive on it. You know, a bit like ETS2. You got the map? Yeah, this opens up now. You haven't got the map? Oh, you can't go there then. Plymouth to Roscoff. I never did that route. Unlock right. Up to the right here. You're up here somewhere, were you? Can't zoom out far enough. Up there somewhere. There's a bit office block. It's quite cool. I can see my house from here. I landed outside my house in a helicopter in MSFS. That was quite cool. Australians wouldn't give a Castlemaine 4X or anything else, and Australians don't drink Castlemaine 4X. Yeah, I did the Portsmouth to Bilbao a few times when it was longer. Across the Bay of Biscay at night. Used to do Weymouth to Jersey or Guernsey. Done that a few times. Right, Kings Park is next. No, slow stuff. So the weirdest one I did, for a very short period of time, there was a company running out of Torquay that did a trip to Jersey in a fast cat that used to do the Isle of Wight, Portsmouth to the Isle of Wight. And went across early, went about 6 o'clock in the morning or something. Like a 4-hour crossing to Jersey, and went across, hired a car for the day, and it came back at like 8 o'clock at night. So it was due to get back in about midnight, but the sea was so rough coming back. I think we got in about 2:30 in the morning, and it was one of those where we were advised not to get out of our seats. Sick bags were handed out, and you could hear people throwing up. You know, this thing wasn't designed for those sorts of waters. I don't think it actually lasted very long. I like a ferry trip. I like a long ferry trip. It's so relaxing. I used to love the Portsmouth to Bilbao, because it used to leave on a Friday night from Portsmouth, get into Bilbao at like 8 o'clock on Sunday morning, get 4 hours there, leave again, and get back into Portsmouth on Monday night. So it was really, really enjoyable. But now it's quicker. It takes like a day there and a day back. Yeah, again, this train sort of fits, doesn't it? Portsmouth and Plymouth, yeah. Well, they're rebuilding the jetty, aren't they, at Weymouth? So it can incorporate bigger craft. That was the plan for our trip to the Isle of Wight. Our meetup in July is originally we're going to go across on the hovercraft and come back on the ferry. I think we're going there and back now on the hovercraft. Southampton's cruise ships now. Hi, Scully. Why did I say unlock doors? Didn't I actually stop there? Okay. I'm sure I unlocked the doors. We'll carry on to the next station, see what happens. I don't think so. We'll stop here. Don't know if we're supposed to stop here, but we'll stop here. I know we're quite lengthy, but that should have fitted in that station. We'll stop here. It'll be fine. Right, doors have definitely opened. 100% with the opening of the doors. Oops, excuse me. Is it going to be broken? Is it actually going to carry on?
For your safety and comfort, this station operates a no smoking policy. This includes e-cigarettes.
How am I able to drive a 323? You can put any train that you've got on any route that you've got by going into a scenario planner. Unlock doors. Why? Okay, we'll do it again. We'll just humour it. Yeah, we'll see what happens after this one. Are you certain of your stopping pattern? No, not really.
Oh, yeah.
Why is Twitch saying to follow again? Because you unfollowed. You came up as a new chatter. So you'd obviously unfollowed at some point. I won't hold it against you. Right, it's caught up now. Burnside is next in a mile. Again, this is the other good thing with Train Sim World 3, being able to use any train that you've got on any route that you've got, albeit with no other traffic, etc. But it just adds a bit of variety to the route. It means that you don't get bored, you know, just having to go up and down the same routes. You can just chuck, you know, you could go up and down it in every single train you've got. That'd be quite a cool thing to do. Certainly more interesting on the longer routes. Imagine taking a steam train or something between London and Brighton on the London commuter. Right, we are arriving at Burnside. It's actually quite a cool thing to do. So, you know, if you bought the game, you don't get many routes with the base game, and you wanted to extend its life, you could do all the scenarios, do a timetable route in the train that comes with it, and then go up and down it in every train you've got, if you've got a couple of routes.
If you see anything suspicious, please tell a member of staff or the police.
Yeah, I've seen something suspicious. There's a Class 323 sat on the platform at Burnside. What's it doing there? Thing is, I know the Dovetail are catering for like German market, and we got a lot of American stuff coming out. People like freight, so it's really tough for them to be able to cover all markets. But could you imagine if they went, actually, our biggest market is in the UK, say, if it is, why don't we just focus on UK stuff? Forget the foreign stuff. Let's just focus on UK stuff and just bring out the UK routes, because there's so many different routes they could do. There's so much different rolling stock they could do. You know, imagine if they diversified, there's a word for today, and gave us, I don't know, some London Overground. A bit like we've got the Birmingham Cross City, we do London Overground. The biggest market apparently is the Germans, then us, then the US. Well, there you go. The Germans like the train sim. There's the German efficiency. I have exactly 1 hour and 58 minutes to enjoy myself this evening. I will do as the train sim. Perhaps that's why they're under an hour. Perhaps the Germans only allow themselves an hour from turning on the computer to turning it off. So you've got to fire it up, do a 58-minute route, turn it off. Hans, give me your hand. I don't know. I've been relatively impressed with like all the routes. There's only been one recently that I just didn't like. And I'm not a fan of Steam. Steam's done very well. just that Steam isn't my thing. My only thing, like everybody, I just wish there were longer routes, or at least give you the option of being able to have a longer route, even if it was an extra DLC. If they said, right, $14.99 or $19.99 for this route. However, if you're on PC and you want an extra hour of route and some scenarios using the same rolling stock, it's going to cost you another $5. Because you haven't got the limitations then. I think everyone would go, yeah, I'll have that, thanks very much. I am genuinely really impressed and really happy with Train Sim World 3. I'm not hiding the fact that I didn't like Train Sim World when it first came out. I'm glad now that you haven't got the stupid features, although they're in the game. They're not thrust upon you as much, like the repairing fences and, you know, all that sort of crap. Just leave them out. Dovetail. I bet nobody does them. I bet if they looked at the stats of the game and saw how many people actually did those, I think they could just forget them and no one would complain. You don't fire up a train sim to repair a fence. Right, Newton, end of the line. Yeah, shame it wasn't a longer route, really. Yeah, I know consoles becoming a big market, but you know, next gen consoles can quite happily handle a longer route.
If you see anything suspicious, please tell a member of staff or the police.
Yeah, achievements, I know there are people out there that will want to complete something 100%, so we'll do every scenario, we'll get every achievement, we'll collect every collectible, but I think the majority of people just want to just drive a train route. And there we go. Job done. So there we are then. A couple of more routes done up and down the Cathcart Circle Line. Before next week, we will be on this one. Welcome to ScotRail Express, Edinburgh to Glasgow. This Scottish railway runs for roughly 47 miles, delivering commuter services between Glasgow Queen Street and Edinburgh Waverley. That will be Thursday night. I will be able to show you that. I will be doing a YouTube video that will go out on Thursday morning with my first look at it. I've yet to fire it up, so I'll be doing that tomorrow morning and recording a video. So that'll go out on YouTube on Thursday morning. I will be streaming it on Thursday night. We'll do a couple of runs up and down, and then we'll be on it again next Saturday. So yes, there are announcements on the train, so looking forward to that one. Next stream, though, is going to be back in 4 hours' time, where I am going to be playing Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. A game that I did a couple of years ago that was quite interesting, but was broken. I'm hoping that it's fixed for tonight. Yes, if you've got Train Sim World 3 routes you've got from Train Sim World and Train Sim World 2 will automatically transfer over. So yes, that's tonight. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. Tomorrow lunchtime, back on the farm in multiplayer. And then back on Tuesday with more trains, where we're carrying on from Newcastle, heading up to Edinburgh. So Scotland for the next couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Scotland for the next couple of weeks in Train Sim is where we're going to be. So yeah, next Thursday and Saturday, Edinburgh to Glasgow, before we then carry on round all the other routes, seeing where we can end up. So Patter, thanks very much for the follow as well. And thank you to you lot then. For keeping me company for the last 2 and a bit hours. As I said, I'll be back in 4 hours time with that Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. Hopefully it works this evening, and then tomorrow for some farming. So thanks to you lot, and thanks to this lot. You tried Holmes, you don't know how to play it. We're doing that on Wednesday. Thanks. I'm not thanking Chris because he wasn't even watching. Thanks to Larwood, Nightbot, and Shorty for doing, well, nothing. To Patter, Scully, George, Dutch Gamer, and Edwin for following. Thank you very, very much indeed. I will be back then with the aforementioned brothering type game in 4 hours time. Until then, if you have been, thanks very much for watching.